billion. And now the market, oh, it went to zero.
Don't get rug pulled. Don't get rug pulled. Don't get rug pulled. Don't get rug pulled. Heard that project is a trap. Don't get rug pulled. Everything they say is kept. Don't get rug pulled. 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 Turn your savings into scraps. Don't get rug pulled. They be plotting on your racks. Whoa, whoa. We gon' know where we at. New USB for my racks. Not slipping, no, I never let. VPN changed the map. He lying, you know that he kept. I know he be hacking. Look at the way I check. The same way I bring racks in. That's the same way I bring racks in.
Damn!
That's the same way I bring racks in. That's the same way I bring racks in. Don't get rug pulled. 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 Heard that project is a trap. Don't get rug pulled. Everything they say is kept.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's live stream called FUDDERS, where we talk about all the bad news that's going on in the NFT industry with my co-host VE from the VeVe Drop channel and MoKnowz from Photo Finish Live. What's up, everybody in the chat? Thanks for hanging out with us. We did have a guest planned, but the guest ended up having to do something, and then I got really sick last night, so I didn't have time to do graphics. So we're just hanging out today, but we do got a few things to talk about for sure, especially associated with VeVe. More than two topics associated with VeVe. Let me say shout out to all the homies in the chat. What's up, Ryan and Mustis? Mr. Marquez is here. What's up, guys? Thanks for hanging out with us. What's up, Tomiski? True Stoner is here as well. JB, Dr. Strange, let's go. All right, guys, let's get into some FUD. What are you guys up to? What's up, BE? Thanks for hanging out with me tonight and co-hosting. How's your week been going?
Pretty good. Went camping this weekend for Memorial Weekend. Just got back. So yeah, it's pretty good. Some campfires. I'm freaking exhausted. So here I am. I'm ready to do this.
I don't know, man. We were talking about your whole camping experience, and it sounds like luxury camping to me. They got Wi-Fi and indoor, outdoor pools. I don't know if you can really call that camping, but we'll call it camping. And what's up with you, MoKnowz? Have you been having a good week?
Yes, sir. What up, Vault? Appreciate you still doing the show, even though you were under the weather. VE, always good to see you. Out of the closet and in the basement.
In the
basement, as far as I know.
Moving on up or down, I guess.
Shout out to Shelby Cobra for giving you a little bit of space. But yeah, man, just chilling. Life up here on the moon is good. As you can see behind me, I was actually able to get my gauntlet out of orbit. Last week we had a little bit of an issue.
I remember.
However, it was damaged during shipping. I got to see if David actually left. He's no longer moving boxes. I think Dan is back there on the shuttle. I think David left him behind. He said he was useless. But on the gauntlet itself, it broke, man. The only one left is the middle finger. So I do apologize. I'm flipping anybody off in the background.
Oh, I see it now.
But yeah, it's a beautiful day. 16 days since I've been ripped off by VeVe. Me and America Chavez up here living our best life on the moon. And yeah, we also got our stimulus today on Photo Finish. So not FUD, not FUD. But yeah, good day. Good day.
Yeah, and our Photo Finish Dow horse won her first race today as well. So it was a good day over there on Photo Finish Live. What's up, Greedy? What's up, Big A? Yeah, I'm barely still alive. I'm hanging in there. Last night I thought I was dying, but then I woke up this morning and it went away pretty quick. I usually don't get sick very often, and when I do, it doesn't usually hit me very hard, but I am getting old. But we got to talk about some FUD, y'all. We got plenty of FUD to talk about.
What's your secret? No, you don't just get to skip over it. People want to know. What's your secret on staying healthy?
What's up, Fun Under the Sun? Thank you so much for the super chat. My secret for staying healthy it's just genetics. I have very high resting rate of metabolism. I never gain weight no matter how much I eat, and I be eating. I eat McDonald's, I eat Taco Bell, and then you get a little bit of weed to keep your stress level down. I mean, that's the combo right there. I mean, I can't really teach y'all how to have nice resting rates of metabolism, but I was just blessed in that area, I suppose. Mo was. Look at Mo. He's got better metabolism than I do.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, again, like, I have been on the internet like back in the day, but like I'm skinny like you, right? So you don't know that, but and I always say the same thing. It's because I eat all the time. People are like, well, you keep that in your big toe, and I'm like, yeah, I smoke a lot of weed. It's just I don't know. I always think there's something to that too. I mean, I've been smoking weed since I was 15, but I was always a very skinny kid too.
Yeah.
Both my parents are like 120 pounds each. You know what I'm saying? So it's like very, very skinny people. So. But yeah, man. And now look at me, skin and bones. But I got a suit on. It's a nice suit.
Well, you're 0% body fat, so that's good. For me, I always have to fucking work out. So screw you guys. Like,
I mean, I
work
wanted to
out.
look like you. I wanted to put on weight so that I could work out and turn fat into muscle, but I just couldn't get any fat. So in some ways, I don't know. I feel like that's an advantage if you want to get some muscles because I can't do it.
I don't know. I'd rather just be able to eat whatever I want and not do anything.
I think we all would. Shout out to Big A's in the chat. He said he sniped number 85, Revenge of the Jedi, posted for $68 today. The cheapest 2-digit is at 218. Wow, good sniping, Big A. He's been watching the stream, watching BE snipe and learning all the tricks. What's up, Alchemist in the house? What will we be discussing today? Today, I was almost thinking about doing all topics on VeVe because we got a lot of fuddy stuff going on in VeVe. The first thing happened just like one day after last week's FUDDERS, so it's been a little bit old now. It's been out there for like 5 or 6 days. And that was, I think they purposely did that. I think VeVe waited until FUDDERS was over to tweet that the VeVeVerse has once again been delayed. Mo, am I crazy, or is that a theory that you believe?
Yeah, and they're gonna be real fucking surprised when we decide to start doing the nightly edition of FUDDERS if VeVe keeps this up. So, and again, they're gonna keep dropping us gold. You know what I'm saying? We might as well, strike while it's raining. But yeah, I'll strike while it's, you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think this whole announcement didn't really shock me. I don't know what what BE thinks about it, but I wasn't really overly shocked.
Yeah, let me preface. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
I was going to preface it real quick and say the thing that bothered me the most about them delaying the VeVeVerse was saying that the problem was putting all the assets in there. But if you look back at the Brett Crawford NFT drop, whenever they did their demo, it was before the actual drop of Brett Crawford, and they had that NFT in the VeVeVerse. So it must have took them less than a week because that was a brand new NFT. So how is it taking them so long to populate the VeVeVerse with all these assets unless they got one dude working on it 2 hours a day?
Yeah, I mean, right? I mean, seriously. Okay, so you can have like 2 collectibles in there. Just get the damn thing out and going. Like, I don't care what it is. Let me have, Cat Bronson or something. Let me play with it. We don't need every collectible. Just prove that it exists. I mean, Cryptoys can do it. Why can't you? Even if it's just this, crappy place you run around and jump and it's boring, just show me you can do it. If you have something, give it to us, right? I mean, that's how I feel.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of feel like they're, I won't say lying, but maybe they're misleading us on that, and maybe they have it all available. They just realize that it's straight crap, and everybody's going to make fun of it, and everybody's going to be upset about it, so they want to delay it until they can fix it up more. What do you think, Mo?
That's exactly what I think, actually. I think that after all the initial, pushback and talk about, oh, it just looks like spatial, it's copy paste, this and that. I mean, yeah, they're probably scrambling right now, being like, hey, this, we're not gonna be able to fool these guys. Like, we got to come up with something original, something legit, and that shit takes time, So, but yeah, I sent you that article too, right? Like, all metaverse lands and everything down 90%. Like values of all this shit's going down. So I wonder how much time are they just gonna keep, devoting to this instead of trying to fix everything else that they got to fix too,
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure if they should devote more time to fixing up the VeVeVerse because I think people's expectations might be a little bit too high. I see we got a question in the chat from the Alchemist. I want to get to that next because we definitely want to get to all the questions in the chat today. This is going to be like an open conversation because we don't have a lot set up for today's stream because it's been one of those days. So if y'all want to talk about anything in particular, I want to go to the Alchemist question next. But first, I want to get BE's response on it and let's see what you think about the VeVeVerse. Should they just give up on it? I guess you already said they should put out what they got already.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We already have cars. We can race them around, or we can move them around in our living room or whatever. Give us a racetrack. I mean, go to Photo Finish Live and steal the, the horse track and just freaking put the cars on it. I mean, we already have things that are capable. I mean, Mo, you've done programming. How hard would it be to take what they already have and throw them on a track?
Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that because the more I think about it, again, right, we've seen a lot of the assets in the VeVeVerse, whether it be demos or whatever. But I think one of the hardest things for people maybe to understand, and we saw a little bit of, I think, in the demo, where the guy was like floating through the air, right, like 10 feet up in the air and glitching past whoever was running around the VeVeVerse, right? Am I tripping? That was in that video?
Yes, it was.
It was, right? Yep. So that right there could be, and again, I have tried to create my own third-person shooter about 5-6 years ago. And I was able to create the game. I was able to create the damage engine. I was able to create the assets or whatever. But when it got time to do all the network calls and do all the networking and stuff like that, trying to do multiplayer, you quickly learn some of the issues that these, amateur developers might run into. Now, again, I say amateur because I wonder, if these people are trying to make a racing game, those cars have to be smooth, driving around the VeVeVerse, right? You don't want it to look like, I'm on a PS5 and you're on an IBM 386, I'm saying, chopping around, right? Like, because that's what it kind of looked like in the video. So that would be, the more I think about it, I wonder if that's really the biggest hurdle that they're facing, because no one really talks about that either.
Yeah, but if you had a couple $1 million, right, you weren't dealing with any money, right? Now we have a company that they have $1 million, 100,000. I mean, you could probably make it. You could hire a staff to make it happen, right?
Yeah, they want to outsource everything to save money, it seems like.
Right.
Yeah, if I cared enough, but it's also, I see this happen in a lot in other games too. I follow a lot of, Web3 games, and it's like these developers just try and develop on these blockchains and integrate chains that don't really have full integration with like Unreal Engine. A lot of them do. Some people have no excuse, but again, not FUD, but Epic Games, there was a leak of like 2 or 3 play to earn, basically NFT play to earn games, crypto games that are coming to the Epic Games store. I mean, that's fucking major, for the space, right? Because that's gonna be a lot of eyes in the Epic store. You can play for free and then like convert your assets into NFTs, and I'm telling you, man, like that's gonna be the hook, line, sinker, right? Give them the first bag of weed for free, and then you just keep coming back. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree. And the only thing that VeVe seems to be offering, though, are FAs. And I know some people on Twitter have mentioned that they're really the only company that even mentions FAs. Even other companies that have FAs don't even talk about them, because it seems like VeVe, that's kind of all they have to offer. And that's why they call people collectors. All right, well, let's get to Alchemist's question. What's up, the Alchemist? He says, do you guys think the VeVeVerse will change the market prices? I think it won't. And if it's boring, it will be worse. Let's see. I don't think it could make prices fall, but I think it would make vehicle prices go up. I don't know. What do you think, BE?
If they get, yeah, I mean, if especially if the vehicles can run around, drive around the town, I think that will help some things. But yeah, I mean, if it sucks, I think that's what they're worried about, right? Everyone's expecting this amazing thing. As we know, Metaverse couldn't do it. So what makes us think that they can do it? So it's going to end up most likely being crap anyways. They need to rebuild this from the ground up. But yeah, I mean, if it ends up being bad, I think some things will do well, others might not. I don't think it's gonna be a total crash. I mean, again, people are still collectors. Some people just don't even care. So I don't know, there'll probably be a little dip and then it'll just go back up. That's what I'm thinking.
I can see art pieces that you put on your wall going up, because now you finally can do something with them. But then again, you can put them in your showroom anyway. What do you think, Mo?
I think just because of what we know based on the market, and because people know what people know based on the market, I think you would definitely see prices go up in a hurry too. I think it would be inflated. I think it would be the people at the top just trying to make more money, trying to scoop it up, because it would be more hype. I mean, obviously, if you have the ability to finally, use your vehicle, yes, I mean the value should go up. I mean, if not, what the hell are we really doing? But I don't know, man. I just feel like, again, it would be inflated. I don't think it would be new users coming in. It would be the same 2,000, 2,500 people. And again, until the people start rushing in, prices going up and down really don't matter, because it's just manipulation and people, playing the game.
Yeah, it seems like a whole lot of market manipulation to me. That's why I don't even play the game anymore. All right, Marquez is in the house. What's up, Mr. Daniel Marquez? Says, do you guys think we will be able to wear any NFTs as skins like Dan said in 2021? I wouldn't take anything that Dan said in 2021 to the bank personally, or anything he said today either, to be honest with you. But will we be able to wear your skins? Definitely not wear your NFTs as skins. However, there's a chance that you could have some type of unlockable, where if you're holding that NFT in your wallet, it unlocks a skin that you can wear in the VeVeVerse. I don't know. Am I stretching it, BE? Do you think that's possible?
No, that actually sounds good. I mean, that sounds kind of what like Mo was talking about. Maybe you log into some other thing through VeVe into some other place and it unlocks a skin, maybe even for games. I mean, I could see that, but probably not our actual physical, well, I shouldn't say physical, our NFTs. But maybe somewhere else it does. I mean, and of course, we never know. Maybe you can put the gauntlet on and you can give somebody the finger, right, Mo?
I always thought that would be like one of the biggest catalysts, if we could wear our skins, our NFT as skins in other metaverses, so that we could show them off. What do you think, Mo?
I mean, I think that's the problem, right? Like, again, look at Cryptoys. Cryptoys, again, even though it's a vacant world, it is, 80s style, so I love it, obviously. But you're still running around as your NFT, as your collectible. Whereas when they show off the VeVeVerse, you're running around as a generic, insert your Sims looking character here, and you're just, interacting with your world. Now, again, that could change. And I still always say, I've been saying it for like over a year. You're never going to be able to say, hey, here's my Spider-Man, Miles Morales, secret rare that goes invisible. You're never going to take that to another world and expect it to, do something. What might happen, again, the same way that people go to these random ass sites and like, oh, click in, sign in with Google. Sure, that's easy. 2 clicks and I'm in. You could be like, oh, log in with VeVe. You log in with VeVe, boom. It's just nothing more than the reference check. What do you own? What's accepted here? What has, compatibility? What people, make support for? And there's gonna be a lot of people that are like, well, there's no way that, these companies will go out of their way and like take time to, do something like that. Yeah, bullshit. It's called cross promotion. Okay, it happens every fucking day in this fucking world, and it will happen, and it's going to happen. I'm telling you. But I think it's gonna be nothing more than like a key, an access pass, or something like that that unlocks these, the experiences in other places, or inside the VeVeVerse for that matter. Yeah. I complain all the time about the bat signal, right? The reason why the bat signal doesn't illuminate the bat signal on the wall is because the assets that are designed, and taken from someone who makes 3D assets. I made your logo, right, Vault?
Yep.
I made Cryptoys' hat. Like, I know how to make shit. And you can't just make things illuminate. Like, that's not how these things work. They have to, be set up in an environment to accept lighting, accept shadows, and stuff like that. So, that being said, you're going to take that bat light, or bat signal, whatever, and it's just going to come into the world. And if you own it, it's just going to be like a replica. You're going to see it thinking it's your NFT, but it's nothing more than a reference call, again, to your wallet saying, does, this person own that collectible? Yes. Okay, cool. Here's your bat light, but it's a little more enhanced now because it's in our world and we control, again, the environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see a couple of the questions that I want to get to in the chat. But before I do, I want to bring up this next topic because I think this is an important one. I've already got it pulled up on the screen. And me and Mo and BE were talking about it before we went live. The other day on May 27th, which was 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. VeVe tweeted out that the Monster Hunter Iceborne digital collectibles will not be available in the store after today on May 27th. So I know one guy in particular who, once they saw that tweet, they went in there. Do I not have any? Oh, I do have a mic. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong place. But I know one guy in particular, after he saw that tweet at the end of May 27th, before it went into May 28th, he went and bought a bunch of them. But the problem is, on May 28th, they were still in the store available to buy, and people kept buying them, and the price came down. So VeVe pretty much just lied, and it cost people money. Mo, what do you think? Is that too harsh?
No, I think they actually, someone eventually is going to have to file a lawsuit, against somebody like that and set a precedent, right? Because here's the thing, right? It's a catch-22, and I get it, right? Collectors at heart, that's what you do here on VeVe, but you don't set deadlines, and you don't, create these limited time things if you're not trying to drive the price. I mean, it's just, again, it's just how this world works. It's how the market works. So for them to be like, well, you really shouldn't have been doing that to make money. And, like, well, excuse me, that's what you said, right? Like, if that's what a company line is going to be, I can't wait. I'm sure Alex will, laugh it off, like it's some joke, as some guy probably got freaking hosed and bent over, so I don't know. I think it's absolutely bullshit. I think, again, if it was me, I would certainly be trying to set a precedent on that with some sort of lawsuit, because again, I mean, what's the argument against it? The argument could be like, hey, if you're, in New York and it's still the 27th or whatever in California, okay, there's nothing there. But if it's still the next day, I mean, that makes no sense, right? Like, unless they're back in time somewhere, like, oh, we're still, still 27th here. Oh, to me, it's a weird thing, man. Yeah, but it's VeVe, so it doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at all the replies right now, and everybody's like, on the 28th, why is it still in the store? Why is it still in the store? Why is it still in the store? I mean, there's them pumping it to get it sold out on May 27th so that they can pump it again on May 28th. That's pretty shady to me. What do you think, BE?
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole point, right? They say, hey, and that's what I thought when they did it, right? Hey, come on now and buy them all out because they're not going to be available soon. I guess it was VeVe soon. We should have figured that out. It was going to be much later. But yeah, anyone who went in and bought off the market or, whatever, they got totally screwed, and they need to rectify that. Whether that mean, VeVe, the thing with VeVe is they could always fix things with another NFT that costs them nothing, maybe the rights to it or a VeVe logo, but they could actually give these people something that would give them value for screwing them over, and show people if they mess up, we're willing to fix it. So that's what they need to do. They need to fix it, because they are going to get sued, and they can say this is all in New Zealand. Just wait until somebody takes them to small claims court, and yeah, they've got all these TOS, or terms of service. Somebody's going to take them to small claims court, and they're still going to have to deal with it, and they're not going to be able to have lawyers, and it's going to be a big pain in the butt. So they need to really get their shit together and fix this.
Yeah. Real quick, because you said if they get screwed over, you should just give them a free NFT, give them a logo or something, right? And I'm just trying to picture someone who got, again, completely bent over and sandblasted for like $500,000, and then every day they open up their VeVe app and they look at the freaking logo, like, oh, this is the company that just freaking hosed me down for $500,000 yesterday. Let me just open it up and look at the logo. I don't know if that's the first thing I'd want, but I mean, I guess with the value they have. For these,
it would have value. They know, like, if they had something that had 100, right? It's going to sell and probably make them whole.
No, I would again sell it right away. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
If they gave out a free NFT every time they made a mistake, they would have no NFTs left, because they do it all the time. And even recently, I just noticed that they switched up the positioning of the upcoming drops. We were saying on my stream, I said it a couple times on my stream, that they should have the upcoming drop being there first, and for some reason it was always in the wrong order, and I just noticed they just switched that up. Just like when I suggested that they put the first appearance of the characters on the exclusive ultra rares, all of a sudden they started doing that. I feel like I've made more changes to the VeVe app myself than most of their developers, but that's just me. Let's get to the next question in the chat from Ice IV. Says, which metaverse appears more promising, Cryptos or VeVeVerse? Cryptoys. I would say Cryptoys, because they're actually building an original metaverse. They're not just copying off of Spatial and then using the cavernous overlay. What do you think, Mo?
Yeah, I mean, I hate saying such nice things on FUDDERS, but I mean, again, everything from the vibe of Will and the team, the way they interact with each other, and community, and again, if they got big enough, he wouldn't be able to respond to everybody, but again, just the approach on the first reaction and instinct I got from this team, again, I like them. I think they're cool. You can kind of see, again, a nostalgic approach to everything with the packaging, the opening. You see people, like, when do you ever see, like, it's not really to write home about, I guess, with the green truck, but you never see people being like, oh my God, here's my VeVe opening. Like, people were getting pumped about opening the Star Wars and shit with the music and the lights, and that's an experience, right? Like, people are going to remember that and come back to that for the experience. So I think that Cryptoys is definitely going to be doing it, differently, and they had the better idea, but man, VeVe's got the licenses, and they got so much of a head start that it's really just their game to lose. Like, they're pretty much the Miami Heat, right? Like, they were up 3-0, and Cryptoys is fighting back,
Jason Tatum Cryptoys, I hear that. Yeah. I mean, I feel like they have the same size team. It seems like both of them have 60 members on their team. I think Cryptoys might even have a bigger team, which is, how is that possible? But you notice that Cryptoys can bring all their team members onto live streams with them, because they're not all outsourced to India, like literally all of VeVe's employees. Am I wrong, BE?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, that's nice that they have, a good size group of employees. They have a totally different theory than VeVe. And VeVe's all about, collectors at heart now. They weren't originally. Where actually Cryptoys, that's what they are. They're more about, how do we play with digital toys, right? So they want us to be able to interact. That's the whole fucking purpose of Cryptoys. Sorry, my French there, or excuse my French, but yeah, the whole point is to play with these, so we know what's going to happen. There's going to be mini games. We're going to play together. We're going to get to talk with our friends. That is what they're working on. As far as the NFTs, whatever, that's good, but they don't really care as much. So yeah, I think they have potential there to get to first, but we never know. VeVe does have those IPs, and that means a lot.
Yeah, I think Cryptoys will have a better looking metaverse and a more fun metaverse, but I don't really think that their NFTs, and I've said it before, will have any value at all. So if you want value, you go to VeVe. I don't see Cryptoys having much value at all unless you got like one of those mega grills. All right, let me...
I mean, hold on a second. Real quick, though, real quick. But what, and again, I really hate these hypotheticals sometimes, especially in NFT world, but if they were to do some sort of Star Wars based mini game, right? Because they did say that they're gonna have like mini games and stuff where you can earn coins or items and stuff, and depending on the character that you're using, you'll get different percentages or different amounts back, right? So if they were to release a world where it's like insert Star Wars vehicle here because I'm not a Star Wars fan, where it's like you're racing. I remember playing like Rogue Squadron back in the day on like Sega CD,
Yep.
and like using like these crazy things through the canyons. Like, come up with a mini game like that. That's like that Dookie Dash, that stupid Bored Apes game that came out. Like all they have to do, and I think he spoke about this. They're not trying to build World of Warcraft, right? They're trying to do what I do in Fortnite and was successful for me, and what my dad did when I was growing up. Like build carnival games. You get these little quick, these games that get people hooked for 3 to 5 minutes while they're on the shitter. You know what I'm saying? And they try to set a high score, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? They move on, or they jump to the next game, or they try again, right? Like, I think everybody's usually, been addicted to a game like that. So I think the fact that that's their main goal, like it seems extensive, like that's what they're trying to do. That's what I'd be worried about, man. Like that would give a lot of value to a lot of those items. Maybe not the high mid count ones, but the lower ones could really, really pump on that if we had a market too.
Yeah, especially if the more rare NFTs on Cryptoys got some type of bonuses for the games, then that would give them utility, and that would add value, in my opinion.
But they said that, right? Didn't they say you're going to earn differently based
they
on
have different levels of power whenever you open them? So
right.
Yeah, I can see that.
And you're going to be able to set them and forget them. The Rugpull game, you're going to set them, forget them, and then earn points while you're taking a shit on the toilet.
We'll see.
Yeah, like if my He-Man can go to work for me and earn me some Cryptoy bucks while I'm out here racing horses, and I'm going to take that Cryptoy money and, reinvest in Cryptoys and maybe get another horse, like, because I'm addicted. That's a beautiful world, man.
Yeah, a lot of horses. I mean, you guys are convincing me to get into Cryptoys. Oh, wait, I already did, so we're good.
You got a bunch for free.
Oh, yeah, I did get a bunch.
Yeah, can we FUD that real quick? I don't FUD Photo Finish, but man, I got to talk some shit about Photo Finish. They are absolutely fucking destroying my wallet.
Oh no.
Dude, all the profit I made everywhere else is gone. I just keep buying horses. I keep doing upgrades. I keep racing. Oh, but I'm up here on the moon having the time of my life.
It's fun too, and you get to live stream all the races and call them on kick.com, which you guys should definitely check out. Mo over there on kick.com streaming the races, and me and him go live on Fridays. I see a couple tweets about, or a couple comments in the chat about Grumpy Cat. I mean, I don't even know if I should mention Grumpy Cat. It's such a. I saw the Dogecoin millionaire was pumping Grumpy Cat today too. BE, what do you think about Grumpy Cat? And I don't know, meme coins.
Yeah, but look, I bought a couple years ago, and it is what it is. If you want to put a few dollars into it, like I say, it's all a pyramid scheme. Just wait. People are going to pump it. It's going to go up. People got in early. We bought it at 10,000ths of a penny, and then it sells for a penny or half a penny. They're going to make the money, and you're going to lose out. So just be careful. I mean, I think it's just a pyramid scheme.
You can make money too if you got like $50 to throw in it. Oh, literally an extra $50, and gamble a little bit.
Be ready if you want to act quick though. That's the thing. Just quick.
What do you think, Mo?
I think it's great for people who've been burned before. If you've never taken a ride to the top, and this is coming from someone who rode that Epic Joker on HRO to like 4,500, where it was selling, and I sat on it. When you take rides to the top, like it's very easy at that point. Like any meme coin that I get, if I take any sort of profit, I'm out. Like I just at least get back my investment. If it's a free ride, I'll take the free ride for a little bit and then, cut profits at a certain point, right? But yeah, if you've never been burned before, it's really hard if you get into, whatever it is, Grumpy Cat coin. Because, you're going to think like, oh, going to the moon. Like this is the ride, like everybody just, it's not it. You're always going to crash. It's always going to be another way up. But yeah, I don't really play with the meme coins anymore.
Yeah, I try not to. I mean, I don't hate the idea of buying like $10 of 5 different meme coins and hoping that one of them take off. It might be a decent play, especially during meme coin season when all of them seem to be pumping. What's up, snipers in the chat? I see Big A and Andred are both buying Cryptoys. BE got his golden ticket, and he got 3 legendaries and 3 rares. Let's go. And then Andred got the Grail. I got all commons. I got 1 rare and like 6 comments. I'm not a very lucky person, but we got to move on to our next topic because this is an interesting one. This was so interesting to me that I had to start my own second ever Twitter space. And some of the people who came into the Twitter space disagreed and didn't think it was very interesting to them. I mean, I don't know. So this is about Alfred Kahn. If you guys have been paying attention, let me bring up his Twitter right now and show it to you guys. The other day, Alfred Kahn was on here, and he doesn't tweet very often. We can go back and look and see when's the last time he tweeted before all this. It's been November 7th, 2020, October 29th. And then right here, he replies to Prime. This was just 2 days ago. On May 27th was a crazy day, apparently. He replies to Prime saying, tagging Logan Paul, saying, DM me, want to talk Pokemon and how to take Prime to the next level. And then he also replies to Logan Paul again and says, bro, DM me, we want to talk Pokemon and take Prime to the next level. So, I mean, my arguments here, I know some people thought that maybe he got hacked because it just seems like a silly thing for somebody who's a professional in marketing to be replying to somebody so big on Twitter, expecting to get any type of deal or a DM from it. And then I want to talk about what him mentioning Pokemon means. Does that mean that Pokemon's coming to VeVe? So Mo, I don't remember whose turn it was. I go back and forth on these, but Mo, what do you think about Alcon? Is that suspicious to you, or is that just what they do these days?
I mean, has anybody checked him to see if he's okay? Like, is he just like a cyborg that they just puppet around in a jean jacket? You know, like, I don't know, man.
He just posted a video today of him with Lori Brenner, Queen VeVe,
yes,
opening up that car. So he's still alive. I know one of the theories in my...
No, I know he's alive, but people think cyborgs are alive too until they realize they're a cyborg and they rip out their freaking throat.
That was a Twitter in my a theory in my Twitter space that Alfred Kahn had passed away and this was AI.
No, I don't really want to. Like I said, I don't know. I just think all signs with everything that Niantic has been filing for and researching and hiring for, it just leads to them doing their own NFT blockchain stuff. So I think that, VeVe probably thought it was smart to, hitch a wagon to Alfred Kahn because, yeah, he is the guy that brought Pokemon stateside. And, yeah, he's got, connections to big brands, right? So, yeah, he's a good name. Again, you can have him show up to an event here and there, parade him around, let people get the hype up. But I think by now, I don't know, man. I still think until Niantic shuts down their thing, I'm not hopeful for Pokemon on VeVe. Not at all.
I mean, he is talking about Pokemon. He's mentioning Pokemon, and he's most closely associated with VeVe. He's a member of the top 3 guys over at VeVe, so it almost seems like this is, in a way, confirmation that Alcon is bringing Pokemon to VeVe. Am I digging too deep into it, BE?
I mean, isn't that what we've been waiting for? I mean, of course, VeVe loves speculation. I'm sure it's good for him, too, the speculation. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it seems like he should be able to bring it here. I have a feeling it wouldn't happen until they get the new drop system. And I hope they would actually market it. So I don't know, maybe this is to get the juices flowing. I think we would know something fairly soon if it's really going to happen. So I don't know.
Is anybody worried that this is like super, super amateurish to the point where we thought he was hacked? Like, why would he be trying to reply to Logan Paul on Twitter?
Oh, yeah. I didn't talk about that. I mean, that's just, again, it's just out of touch. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're out of touch with reality and you have people like David Yu and, whoever else telling you what to do and, giving you advice on that space, you're in a world of trouble, because they're not doing too hot either. So, right. I don't know. It's just weird, man. Like, that's not how you contact Logan Paul. Like, he's not going to see your shit, bro.
Yeah, I think this is good proof. Yeah, this is good proof that the team at VeVe have no clue what they're doing whatsoever. They're not even from this space. I mean, you can see where Dan Crowther's got his money from is from giving out recipe books of weed brownies. Like, they have no clue what they're doing, in my opinion. I mean, I personally would never put another penny into VeVe, and I'm trying to sell my stuff as soon as possible. I will FUD that crap all day. I don't like those people at all.
No, I'm not selling anything because the rest of the world is all in on this space. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to sit back and be like, yeah, I own this shit, but just because I was spiteful, I got rid of it. No, man. Like, listen, especially with the Apple news and everything. I know it's just FUDDERS, but, Apple dropping their news, and I saw some video with Audi and, like, their crazy augmented reality front dashboard overlay and shit. Like, yo, this world is about to go crazy, and it's exactly what VeVe is designed for. So, again, the IP speaks louder than the team, I think, for me. And nobody else has this IP. So. I don't know.
I think everybody else does have the IP. That's why Cryptoys just dropped some Star Wars NFTs because
Star Wars, Disney. I'm talking about Disney and Marvel. I don't.
That's the same
as far
company.
as no. But as far as I know, no. But as far as I know, Star Wars with the Lucas and everything is negotiated separately outside of the realm of Disney and Marvel. That's as far as I know.
Where's your source?
So-
I mean, isn't that done with Mattel? Mattel is the one who made the deal with Disney and brought it over. I'm sorry, Mattel made the deal with Disney and then brought it over to Cryptoys. And I think the competition's good. Again, we've talked about that before. It's good that we have competition. If more people are bringing in the big stuff, people are going to say, well, where did it start, maybe? And then they're going to be like, well, VeVe, right?
Right, but until Mickey drops, until Mickey drops on Cryptoys or even Marvel like Spider-Man or some shit, like I said, I don't think we'll see that. I personally don't. Because I think if we do, then that's just Marvel waving the white flag, realizing that it's not working with VeVe.
I mean, if Star Wars would, I don't see why any of the other ones wouldn't either. That's probably like the biggest.
And we know that Marvel.
No, that's not the biggest.
Bigger than Marvel? Maybe not bigger than Disney, but is Star Wars bigger than Marvel?
I don't even know if that's true.
That's tough.
I mean, Marvel's big, but we know that Marvel's dealing with them, right? They're giving out those codes to come to, Marvel.com is dealing with VeVe, giving out free NFTs if you're a Plus member. So, I mean, they're still working together big. So, I mean,
yeah,
I think that's a partnership that's at least locked in for a little bit.
Yeah, and Marvel is out also worldwide, whereas Star Wars is more of an American thing. So I'd probably say Marvel's probably bigger out of those two. But all right, there's another topic that I wanted to mention today, and that's my favorite topic, American politics, because let's see, recently we had a Democrat, Robert Kennedy, who is trying to protect crypto users, and then you got, I think it was Ron DeSantis on the other side of the aisle said that he's trying to protect crypto users, but then we got all these congressional hearings going on trying to come up with some new regulations, and I haven't heard any updates if any of those regulations have been passed or if they're getting closer or anything. But I thought it was interesting that both sides of the aisle have like one person protecting crypto, but then again, both sides of the aisle also have multiple people that are out to get crypto in some ways. BE, where do you stand on it? You've been following the politics when it comes to crypto at all?
Yeah, I mean, I see, most are not for, right? And kind of the crazies, the far rights and far lefts are maybe for because they see that those people want it. I mean,
right.
I want the regulation. I think it will get rid of all the trash and leave the good, the cream rises to the top, right? So if we can get, SEC involved and get it cleaned up a little bit, I think that's good for everyone. And those two crazy people, an anti-vaxxer and a meatball, I don't want to get too much into politics, but both of them I don't really like. So I don't know if they even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not a big fan of either one of those people. Shout out to Meta Lemons in the chat for FUDDERS with us. What's up, Meta Lemon? I was just watching his live stream the other day, a great YouTube channel that's associated with VeVe if you guys want to check him out. Mo, are you into politics at all? I know over there in New York, you probably get a lot of...
Oh, yeah, no.
So what do you think about the crypto regulations? Which side do you think is on our side?
Well, see, this is my take, and it's because I think, again, from what everything else is happening in the world and even here, no matter what they tell you, I think they both ultimately want the same thing on both sides. So they can tell you, like, yeah, we just want, digital adoption, this and that. But it's not the digital adoption that we think. And again, think of the 7 nations that just, created their own digital currency, right, to try to oust the US dollar on an international level. When that becomes a major player, you're going to see how fast the US tries to pivot to a digital dollar. And the only way to make that happen is to, again, adopt digital currency. So they're all saying like, oh yeah, we want this for digital. They're not talking about Bitcoin. They're not talking about Ethereum. They're still going to, crack down on that. They're still going to do what they do. But they just want to get people on board with digital adoption eventually because they're going to have no choice. And that's when we're going to have expiration dates on our money, which can then drive and, taper inflation. And they can basically control whatever the hell they want at that point. So that's where we're heading. That's my opinion. Might be black-pilled a little bit, but that's where I'm at.
Let me talk about that for a second, because I've got something I want to say about that, because I agree that that's what they would like to do, but I don't think the conspiracy theorists would ever allow it. Shout out to all the homies that just joined the chat. Maybe the YouTube algorithm just hit us. Mr. Planet Prophet, the biggest bro, is here. Here's my opinion on it. I want the digital currency, bro. I want the digital currency, and I'll tell you why, because then we can track where our tax money goes. You can get rid of all the wasteful spending. You can get rid of all the
course
bureaucrats who just take the money under the table, and then you can trace everything on the blockchain. So, I mean, I like the idea of digital currency.
Well, you like the idea of it until they tell you that, hey, times are bad. We need to stimulate the economy. So your digital savings now has an expiration date of January 2nd. And if we don't spend enough by this date as a country, what I'm saying, it's going to get worse, right? Whereas they could say, okay, now we're going to extend it. There's no expiration date. Like they could do this at the drop of a dime if they were to go that route of digital currency. So I mean,
well, I was going to say they could have like when a stimulus check, right? They could have given us credit cards and said, you've got 6 months to use all this money to stimulate our economy. Like maybe they have they could do it digitally and have a special coin that has to be spent within a certain amount of time. But there's no way they're going to take our main money and expire it. That will cause riots in the street. There's just they cannot force us to spend our money.
You don't think we're due for a civil war? I mean, if we're going to even speculate on politics, you don't think we're actually due for a civil war here in the United States, man? Like it's bound to happen. Like
well, that might be true. I'm not going to deny that, but I mean, as far as the money.
Well, I mean, what's the whole Civil War thing is hilarious to me. It's a big right-wing thing because they think there's more of them than there actually are. If you think about how many people actually vote, it's like 40%, and 35% of those people vote for like Republicans. So I mean, the amount of people that it actually is such a small amount. If there was a civil war, all the Trumpsters would get their butts kicked, whether they have 18 guns or not. And it always seems like those are the people that are the biggest. I can't use that word. The wimps, the first ones to run away whenever there's conflict. So I don't know. I'm not worried about that at all. I kick a right winger's butt my daggone self.
You think I'm gonna be worried about some Zoomer with freaking eyeliner and nail polish? They're not even gonna do anything, dude. They're gonna be like, "Mommy," or the women are gonna be protecting them.
We do got some gentle people on our side. That's true, but we got a lot of them. We can swarm you.
I'm just saying, listen, I'm in a blue state surrounded most of the time by either, Republicans or red pill dudes. So it's like, I'm very well versed on both sides.
Mo, have you heard of the YouTube series called Only in New York?
No.
Check it out. I've been watching it the last few days. It's just crazy stuff that happens in New York. I mean, I don't even know why y'all have Broadway shows. You could just get on the subway and you got a show right there that's high class, like people doing tricks you've never seen before. It must be nice. Yeah. Does that happen to you a lot when you're on the subway?
I mean, I'm from Long Island, so I'm more of a suburb area. I don't really deal with that life. Okay. But yes, if you go out there, as a matter of fact, there was this guy who used to sing right around the corner when I used to get out and go to hockey. I had to go up like the sideway coming up out of like Madison Square Garden. And this guy would always be singing. I was like, this guy's so good. And I chill, whatever. This guy wound up being on America's Got Talent. Like 5, 6, 7 years later or some shit like that.
Nice.
I seen him, I'm like, and he starts singing like the same song. I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, this guy was like, oh, we got some talent, trust me. But San Fran, when I was out there, it was like dudes used to like stand upside down on a bottle all day. For tips and donations. Oh, that guy was wild, man.
I like street performers. I watch those on YouTube too. I like street performers down in Brazil, especially. They have some crazy ones. People who are like human statues. They just sit there all day, standing completely still until somebody gives them $1.
Yep.
That's the life, man. I want that job. I see a lot of people talking about the Revenge of the, Revenge of the Jedi. I didn't go for the drop today. I didn't even look at the edition size. I saw retail was 30, so I probably would have skipped it anyway. But I know VeVe dropped it all right on the drop today. Did you go for it on the drop, or were you just sniping them in the market, BE?
So I didn't go for it on the drop, but like 30 minutes in, a gut feeling said, you know what, pay the $30 and go for one. I got a secret rare. And I sniped the Revenge. I got 666. I did not pick up as many as I should have. I mean, I knew it was going to be big. And now I'm, a little sorry, but my stomach can only take so much in this market. But yeah, it was definitely, I knew it was going to be big because that a very rare poster already. That was the original name of the movie. And in the future, it's going to be one people are going to want. There's only 777 of them. And man, I wish I got that 83. I was looking for it, and yeah. I never saw it until it was too much.
Yeah, I didn't realize the drop was going to be any good. It was posters. It was Star Wars posters, so I didn't even pay attention. If I would have watched your video, I probably would have known to go for it. Shout out to Rogers in the chat. We got Kid Arcade is here. What's up, everybody? If you guys have anything you want to talk about in the chat, we're doing like a Q&A because I don't have any graphics or anything. I've been sick the last, I don't know, like I was sick for like 12 hours. I don't even know if it was like COVID or the flu. I have no idea. But I wanted to toss it over to Mo about what we were just talking about. The only problem is I forgot what it was.
The posters.
Yeah, did you go for the drop?
All right, I know you're still,
all right.
under the weather. I want you to just take a cold, hard look. It might be my right shoulder or my left shoulder, depending on how it looks to you. I want you to take a good gander and read that number. See what it says?
16.
That's right. 16 days without being ripped off by VeVe, my friend.
And what
I don't
happened
go for
16
it.
days ago exactly? I think I forgot.
That was when I bought the gauntlet.
And how'd you get ripped off?
The last time I gave them money. Every time I give VeVe money, they rip me off. So I bought the gauntlet 16 days ago. That's the last time they ever ripped me off. And we just have a running counter.
Okay. Is the price been going down on those? Because I kind of wanted to pick one up. I just don't like the edition size.
212 was the last time. I'll go take a look.
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of want one. It's a very iconic artifact. Although I'm kind of just selling everything on VeVe right now. Big A says Revenge was 35 to 45 for like an hour, and then it ran up the second it sold out. So the drop didn't sell out right away, but as soon as it sold out, everybody was getting that Revenge of the Jedi one because it was the original title of the movie. So I didn't know nothing like that was going on. Don't we have a drop tomorrow? Anybody know?
We got a comic.
Is it good?
I mean, I haven't done my review, but I'd say no. It's a newer one, and who cares?
Oh yeah, Captain America 2004. I'll pull it up on the screen. We'll take a look at the edition size. If it's 5K, it might be worth going for, but it is 7,500. Mo, you're going for this one tomorrow, aren't you, Mo?
No. But speaking of who cares, we're going to talk about the Recur U.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Forgot all about it. So, okay, so what's going on with Recur? If you guys are Recur fans, if so, I have no idea why. But some people out there who are the VeVe fam are Recur fans, and Recur made this update that NFTU is going into retirement. It's over. It's rugged. Game over on NFTU. And I was looking at NFTU for the first time after seeing this tweet, and I was like, man, these look really cool. Why did I not get into this? What do you think about it, BE, with NFTU going down over there for Recur?
It's funny. I was just looking at the gauntlet. 202 looked like about. Yeah, no, I actually had never looked at it. I'm looked at it and I'm like, man, this is kind of cool. Are they getting paid for this? Are the athletes getting some money off of this? But not everything's going to work, right? There's so much crap out there. That's why I say the cream rises to the top. Whatever's going to be good in the end is going to be left, and all the other stuff we're going to forget about. Like Ask Jeeves. Nobody even knows what that is, right? All those .coms that went. Same thing.
GeoCities.
Oh,
yeah, right.
I remember both of those. I'm so old. I think it's just the fact that it's a sports thing. There's so many sports NFTs, and I don't know if the cream actually rises to the top or the people who put the most money into marketing rise to the top. What do you think, Mo?
You're exactly right. It's definitely marketing. Again, VeVe doesn't market shit. They're like Marvel and Disney's little kid that they just drag around the convention and throw him in the tent next door. But it's weird. Like Candy, for instance, right? I think me and you spoke about this.
Yep.
Candy was the one that I kind of looked at. And I'm like, you know what? They got some really cool cards. The mints on some of them are relatively low. They were doing like giveaways with like redeem a stub from like a game. So this way, people that were going to the actual games were now being directed, because I think that's the way to hook them in, right? They were being directed with their ticket stub to go to the Candy site and redeem it for an NFT. And then from there, you would hope that, they start looking around the store. Again, they got really good layout. The graphs, the burns, everything was really cool. But like you said, man, it's so watered down. And I think people that probably found Candy probably already found wax and saw the value of wax with the tops, and they probably saw all these other collections, maybe even NFTU, because I looked at NFTU and I was just like, man, another one of these, there's a rising prospects thing just like it on Candy. So I don't know. You got to market it, but there also needs to be, again, like one genuine, like pure takeover of someone, again, like probably like VeVe. That's why I always say they have the biggest lead. Someone like VeVe just to kick the door down, like, we got everything. What do you want? If you want it, you have to come here.
It's nice having it all in one place, 100%.
Yeah.
Candy had Gary V. You would think that would be the best marketing at all, but I don't know how successful or how many users Candy has. I really don't know a lot about it or how their drops work. But somebody did mention in the chat about the Recur drops, the way they do the tiered drops. Meta Lemon mentioned, I didn't like the tiered drops at all in Recur, and the fact that you had to get a pass. The passes were kind of expensive to get that early access, but then again, I guess you do that for other stuff. I was under the impression that you had to have a pass to even go for the drop. So, and I think it might have been like that at the beginning of Recur. So I never got into it at all. Big A says,
do you have a like a small violin music you could play, the sad music?
I don't have my crying vault gif on the fudders, unfortunately. I need to add it.
Man, I gotta, because I remember when like the hype was going on with the VeVe and the bots were pumping the market. I remember sitting there, and I'll admit this. I don't know how many people would actually admit this, but I remember sitting there looking at the Recur, marketplace, and I'm like, man, if an 80s color Recur pass comes up for the right price, maybe I'll pull the trigger, right? Because I was just, again, I could never get shit on VeVe. I'm just looking at this project like, maybe they'll do something, But man, that was a rough time in my life. I don't even like to remember those days. But
And in Candy, I just got something free from them. They had like a little baseball you get for free 2 days ago.
Yeah, I see it right here. It says get it now. It's free. If you guys want it, I'll link this in the chat. I don't think I even have an account with Candy. I might,
Yeah, there you go.
I might have an account with them. I mean, it looks pretty cool. Gotta say, it looks cool.
we're gonna melt their servers right now. They're like, holy shit, 40 people are coming on.
Oh my god,
This is
Yeah,
insane.
Guys, what's the worst? You can't lose anything.
We just doubled their user numbers. I don't know what their user numbers look like. Big A says NFT was their first project, but everyone moved on as soon as big IP like Nickelodeon and Star Trek released, so there was no traffic on that project. Gotcha. So that was all they had was Nickelodeon and Star Trek, and once they released those, nobody cared anymore because you could do Nickelodeon's a lot of stuff. When are they doing the Double Dare drop? Mr. Player,
Yeah, right.
I love that show. Mr. Player Bravo says marketing pumps, but utilities will be the winners. It's just the people/business who affords the crazy marketing can also purchase the tech, utilities, and copy. I always said utility is going to drive price more than anything, but yeah, marketing is where you get your short pumps. But the problem is, I don't think VeVe's NFTs are ever going to have any utility. That's why they're advertising them as FAs now. That's why they're focused on FAs, because that's really all they have to offer. Am I crazy to say that, Mo, or am I just fudding?
No, because I think, again, marketing is clutch. It's key. But it has to be proper advertising. You have to be in touch with your community. You have to be in touch with your buyer, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if VeVe's idea of, like, good promotion and good publicity is having Alcon, reply to a tweet from Logan Paul, I mean, that should pretty much show you, where they're at. So you got to have good research and, marketing, and everybody's got to be on the same page, like who we have to go after. And, like, there's always a target demographic. And I don't think it's Logan Paul on Twitter. I could be wrong.
He doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, I don't think prime drinkers give a crap either about VeVe. That's why the users are mostly 40-year-old collectors. I don't even know if they're collectors or flippers. In my opinion, they're mostly flippers. Kid Arcade said he was looking at the Recur pass when they dropped. I skipped it. There's a lot of stuff dropping at that time, too. I skipped Recur, and I skipped the Bat Cows, but I should have went for the Bat Cows. That's the one I shouldn't have skipped on. Big A says, my first 2 Recur passes, I paid $720 and $740. Isn't that like 1/10 the price now? I think they're going for like 40 or 50 now. Big A says, I meant NFTU was never popular. It was just the only thing to do on Recur for a few months until their bigger IP released. Yeah, okay, I see. As soon as the better stuff released, NFTU basically died. I mean, they have good looking stuff, and I saw one where it was like, look, is this WWE? Oh, I'm looking at Candy. Candy's got WWE, y'all. But no, I was looking at NFT.
Yeah, I got some drops of that from them.
Dang, I need to get into that. I didn't realize they had WWE. I've been wanting some WWE NFTs. But yeah, if you look into some of these, it's some old school players. Like I saw a Chris Webber where he's in his college uniform. Here's a Jaylen Brown selling for $100 and something, 110, probably because he's in the playoffs right now. That's why it's probably pumped a little bit. So if you know about sports and you get into something like that and a player does well or their team is moving up in the playoffs, you can pick them up and make good flips that way if you're really, really into it and paying big attention to it. But not something I've done myself yet. We got Tucson in the building. Oh, no. Vaults paid by Candy to FUD VeVe. No, you don't have to pay me to FUD VeVe. I do that for free. Tucson says, I bought a bunch of Star Wars posters. I did fine. I see the mermaid posters keep dropping. Thanks for that, bro. Appreciate you. BE, make me feel better about buying my mermaid poster. You think they're going up, right?
I still think as soon as everyone, gets scared off and lowers the price and they're going to get the floor's going to be bought up, they're going to go up. Yeah, that's what I think. I've seen it before. It sometimes takes a week or two. We've seen that with a lot of things. Yeah, I can't get everything right, but I did get the revenge poster right. So, but yeah, no, I do think the mermaids is going to do well. I still have my 2. I might hedge my bets and sell the one I paid $100 for, but I'm keeping my last mint. So, where's that Fudweiser? Do we have that little GIF?
There it is.
Wiser.
FUD makes you wiser on VeVe, y'all. Remember that.
That makes you wiser.
Mo's up there with playing with the pandas. Pandas have been dropping in price a little bit, but I just put out a new video about Bitcoin Ordinals. If you guys haven't watched it yet, it's pretty interesting. The full iceberg of Bitcoin Ordinals gets into the SR20 stamps, and then you got the ORC20 tokens where I bought like 1,000 Ordi for like $30, and some people are saying that it's going to be the same price as the BRC Ordi, and if so, that's like $9,000 that I got for $30. But I don't know for sure until they have a marketplace or an indexer for ORC20s. But if that's true, then maybe that's something to get into. And all the information on how to do that, the tutorial, is in the video I posted yesterday. All right, guys. Go ahead.
Real
Mo.
quick though, yeah. So I see we're on a cycle, right? I feel like we're on lap 2 with OG Vault. So on VeVe, we went through the stamp phase. So what's next? We're gonna do like Bitcoin motorcycle collection. Then we move into the Bitcoin paintings. Is that phase 3?
That's not the same kind of stamps. You didn't watch my video. It's not really stamps. They just call them stamped because they're permanently stamped onto the blockchain.
That's what you want people to believe. But we all know deep down you're a bona fide stamp collector.
I tried to be a stamp collector on VeVe. I used to have every stamp, but man, the prices just kept going down. Sometimes you got to be like, it's not working out. BE, do you like the stamps? Do you have any that you're holding on to?
You mean from VeVe or from this?
Surely VeVe, of course.
I still have some. I mean, I got some really good mints that like the 1847. I keep the good mints. I still think there's potential there, but there's just so much stuff out there, and right now there's nobody cares. So I'd be careful for sure.
Yeah, I had to do the one for you for all those good mints that you're keeping. It does seem like the whole ordinal space has been overtaken by the usual ETH people, and now it's just crappy stolen art collections after stolen art collections, and I don't like to buy stolen art. I don't buy any collection that is taken from another collection that previously existed. Shout out to Christopher Stids in the chat, says swoosh. Did anyone participate? Oh, we can definitely FUD that because I mean they look awesome.
Whoa.
It's very cheap. I participated. Super high editions, but why can't I open my box, man? Let me open my box, Mo.
Hold on, no. You don't get to come in here and FUD. You know what I'm saying? The Nike NFT Swoosh project, all right? It was a little sketchy, with the mint in the beginning, but no, listen, the high mints are really nothing because there's a lot of them that have like 31 editions of like a certain shoe, you know what I'm saying? And then if you get the one of that version, I mean, you're looking at a serious chunk of change. Again, it's not the same as VeVe or Cryptoys releasing, 100,000 of 3 different collectibles. It's not like that. You're talking about all these different shoes.
Or they have interoperability, a market, anything? Can you actually sell them whenever we get them?
It didn't say the market's coming next month. It was on the timeline or some shit.
They're gonna have a market.
Hashtag soon. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying hashtag soon?
Hey, listen, again, if you're in here to do this today and get out tomorrow, like that's, I don't know. I'm here for long term because I know Nike. Again, if you just seen the movie Air, I talked BE into watching it. I mean, that movie got me pumped. And then the next day was the Nike NFTs, and I was only going to get 2. And I just had like this feeling in like my belly. I was like, man, I just kept on watching this movie. That motivational speech, you know what I'm saying, got me hyped up. And I max minted. You know what I'm saying? I think, did you max mint?
No, we can still get them. I got 3, and I wonder if the ones we got because we have the poster are going to be better or lower mint. Do we know that? Like, do we get something better?
Box number is lower mint.
It is?
The box number is, the box number is going to be lower mint, but as far as like what's inside of it, there's like, again, all different collections from along the way, depending on what box you got. But some of the shoes that are in this collection, I am not a shoe guy, but if anybody knows me, like Karate Kid was my favorite movie. I love Cobra Kai, like the skeleton outfit. I wear everything that has that skeleton graphic on it. Dude, the skeleton shoes that are in that collection, oh my God. I got to find them in real life because apparently they exist. Like they got these sick X-ray feet on them. Oh, it's so good. I'm actually hyped to see kind of what's in them. I might open 2 of the 4 boxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna open at least 1. Are you, how many did you get of each, or did you just get?
I got 4 classic. I got 4 classic and 1 new wave. I'm gonna basically keep 1 classic and 1 new wave locked, and then possibly open the rest.
So you could get 5 if you had the poster.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I got 2, 1 of each. I'm definitely opening mine. I never keep stuff closed. And I had to mute Tucson. Tucson, why do you even come to my channel? Why don't you just stop being a member and just stop coming to my stream? I really don't give a shit. I'm tired of your chat, dude. Just go away. Big A says because Ordinals exist completely on blockchain as opposed to regular NFTs that need a centralized actor to point to that token. That's true. That's why I think Ordinals have a good future. Plus, it's on the Bitcoin blockchain, which is just worth a lot of money. The Bitcoiners haven't really gotten into the Ordinals yet, and if they do, prices would pump. But like I said, it's so much. It's gone into the whole PFP area. That's why I never really got into those PFP collections during the bull runs, because you got to go. I mean, it's so fake. I can't do fake. I can never do fake. And you have to go into those Discord servers and be so fake. And everybody's fake. And who can talk the most fake crap and get the highest rank in their Discord can get a whitelist so that you can actually still buy it. And when you're probably going to end up getting scammed or rugged, I cannot deal with that crap. So I'm almost not really messing with Ordinals. I'm happy with the ones I got, and I like doing my own research and finding some that way. But I'm not really getting into the projects to mint and stuff because it's just too much fakeness that you got to deal with. What do you think, Mo? Are you into the Ordinals yet? Did I talk you into buying some yet?
No. Every time you talk about Ordinals, I buy more horses. Because that's a PFP project that has not done me wrong yet. As a matter of fact, speaking of those PFPs, the crown generated for the month alone at even rock bottom price is worth like $40-something. And then I took that money last month and I actually got a kickback of like 80-something bucks, and then they came in and they juiced it up extra for month one. So I mean, for my tiny investment, I want to give back like $200 in actual derby money, which I can then race and breed and, you know, do all this cool stuff with. And I'm probably just going to buy more crown because investing there is always a good idea.
I mean,
I do appreciate your pandas.
Like
I do appreciate the pandas.
Wait, no, hold on. You act like that's way better than Ordinals. Let's see. I bought 2 pandas for
Way
$30 each, and I bought a friendless for $8. I got airdropped $50 worth of Z-Bit, and I sold one of those pandas for $120, even though they pumped over to $400, and my $8 NFT is worth $150 now. So I would still say that I'm getting more gains than you and your horses, bro, and your crown.
Right, but over the long term, when I'm kicking this in every month, you have to sell the profit, and I just get to sit back and just let it come in every single month.
That's nice, being able to stake over there. I do like that idea, and we are building up some the crown myself. So because of the DAO, and we got our first win. Every race you get a little bit of crown, so maybe we'll be getting into that too. So I mean, I hear what you're saying, but Bitcoin Ordinals are the future, and we're sub 1 million inscription number. That's also important. BE, have you bought any Ordinals yet?
I haven't yet. Again, I think all of it's just the pyramid scheme. But like I've said, you could definitely make money. I think it's a good. You did well, right? You made some good plays. Mo's making good plays with Photo Finish Live, and I like the idea of the long term. I do the short term too on VeVe. I have some long term plays also. So, I mean, if you know the market, anyone out there, if you learn the market, you're going to make money. Most likely, just be quick and know what you're doing, and don't confuse luck with skill. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let me clarify something real quick too.
Okay.
I don't remember the accusation.
That I made more money than you off of Ordinals?
Oh, yeah, don't get twisted. Like, first of all, I bust your balls just because I think it's funny. And I just want to put a panda on screen. But yeah, I mean, you got to respect, like, your marketability, right? Of, like, finding that, you know, because you've been doing that quite a bit since I've even known you. Well, you're just like, yeah, you find these things and you do it, you know? Again, I just bust your chops because I think it's funny, but I just want to be clear. Like, I don't actually think it's horrible. I don't think, like, you know, you're not making money. I just think, for me personally, you know, I'm a degenerate, so I'm just going to go horses all day.
Yeah, it's all about getting into stuff early. That's where you make the most money. That's how I made money on VeVe, and that's why I don't pay attention to VeVe anymore. It ain't early no more. All right, guys, anything y'all want to add to the stream before we end it, BE? Is there anything you're looking forward to this week?
I'm looking forward to Mystery High-End Theater. Right, Mo?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
We got another one. Hopefully we're going to get a cool little intro we can put out there before the show. It's a little wonky last week. It's going to improve, and, you know, drop by and see us shoot the shit. And
what day and time is it?
Same time, 9, right, Mo?
What
9
day?
Eastern on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. We usually fire it up at like 8:45, and then live by 9.
Nice. Yeah, and Andred says he got one of those Battle of Bitcoin Ordinals. It's an old school game that you can play. I haven't checked that out yet, but that does sound cool. Mo, what about you? You looking forward to anything coming up this week in the NFT industry?
Yeah, actually, did they announce? Today's Monday, right? So I'm so lost on time.
It is.
Did they announce what the comic was this week for DC?
No,
because we've had 4 weeks of this Dawn of DC shit that I had no interest in. So I'm
I've been
curious.
theorizing that there's a Grail, and I saw somebody say that they were going to be dropping the actual first appearance of Green Lantern or something, showcase number 4. But I don't know where they came
Really?
from. That's what they said. I don't know where they got that from. I don't know if it was just a guess or speculation. But I have been speculating that after 4 current comics that they've dropped on DC Palm, that they'll probably drop a big Grail next.
I was hoping it would be Batman #1.
Ooh.
I really was.
With Joker's first appearance. What about Detective Comics number 27 with Batman's first appearance?
Well, I think we'll get that after. I think they're going to do the Batman first appearance later on, same way they did They're going to do Action Comics after Superman #1, right?
Right.
So I think they're going to do the lower actual first issue of their comics, but
What are the
yeah,
cows
dude.
at right now? What are those sitting at?
They always sit around 500 every time I check.
yeah, can we just and this again? It's not fun. I know it's the wrong show, but like, what a good deal. And if you look at something where it's like VeVe, if you're buying in like the MCP points with Omi, it's like it's crazy to me because if you look at DC, you get a cow, you have guaranteed early access, and you know that basically the 3 Grail comics haven't even been released on the platform. Whereas again on VeVe, all the Marvel stuff is pretty much here. So again, Action Comics #1, Detective Comics 27, Batman #1. That Green Lantern, the showcase #4, that's the one that I tweeted out, and someone tried calling me out, and I was like, "Yeah, you want to check that number again?" Because it was worth way more than the Green Lantern that dropped originally. So there's definitely a few really really high value comics that are worth going for.
All right. Yeah, I saw Tucson was back. Sorry, that distracted me a little bit. The Big A said I didn't check prices on DC for 4 weeks, and last week I saw price on everything has crashed because they announced cash out, even though cash out won't start until July, and you'll be able to cash out USDC. I had a feeling everything was going to price. Crash. I even listed a couple of my uncommons, like my Robin first appearance uncommon, but then I was like, I don't care. I'll delist it and I'll just hold on to it. But it looks like back cows are at like 480 right now. What's up, Mohammed in the house? Says Batmobile documentary is live for the bat cow holders. I heard they were doing that. It's in their Discord server. Cool. I might check that out. Big A says, the comics prices all crashed. The cows stay pretty steady. The cows did stay pretty steady. Yeah, I'm just going to keep up with my collection. I like the idea of being a collector. I am a collector. I just don't trust or like VeVe anymore, so I don't collect there. But I do collect on DC Palm. I got all the vintage uncommons except for Superman 1. So I feel like it's a decent collection over there. It's not a well collection or anything. All right, guys.
If you have a question.
Oh, yeah, go.
I have a what are you going to say?
Oh, well, I wanted to ask people what they thought about, like, if we could lock our gems away. So, like, I like to snipe, but there's some douchebags out there, like to trick us, right? Like, what if we could, this is totally off the subject, but I'm just curious what people think in the chat. If we could lock down our gems, and for instance, let's say we've got 4,000 gems and we only want to have 1,000 out there to snipe with. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think they would even do it? I kind of wish I could do that with certain things, lockdown NFTs, stuff like that.
Are you afraid that you're going to misclick and pay too much for something? Is that why?
Yeah, it's happened. It hasn't happened in a while, but I could see that being a good feature.
Man, it'd be really sucky if you had like 4,000 gems and for some reason you were trying to buy something for 40 gems and you misclicked and spent 4,000 on it. You're not getting them gems back.
Oh, right, exactly, right?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. They should be able to have some type of little, I don't know, like a place you can deposit gems for safekeeping. Do you like that idea, Mo?
No, actually, I love that idea. And again, a lot of, casino sites and other sports sites, they have like, your wagering wallet, and then you have like a vault or some sort of bank, you know what I'm saying? So it's like 2 separate wallets or whatever. And yeah, you just send it back and forth. The same thing with crypto, right? You have a trading account usually, and then your asset account where just, you don't accidentally go in there and, liquidate your shit. So I love that idea.
Yeah, and now that we suggested, they'll probably implement it because they usually implement all my ideas without giving me credit for it. So this one's on you, BE. Shout out to VeVe Darklinks in the chat. What's up, Darklink? We are actually just ending our FUDDERS stream. This was just kind of a random FUDDERS because I was not feeling good this morning. I didn't have time to produce with all the graphics and stuff as usual. But next week, we're going to get a new guest on here, and we'll be doing it again. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of FUD to talk about. So I appreciate you guys in the chat for hanging out with us, except for Jerry. And I appreciate you, BE and Mo, for co-hosting with me.
Good seeing everyone.
Yeah, man. Good time. Chat. Take it easy. I love you all. Even Tucson. And I will catch you guys next time.
I don't like when YouTubers say I love you. I don't love y'all. I don't know y'all that well. Maybe one day.
I've loved everybody. I've loved everybody.
In the way that I do love everybody, but I don't know. All right. I'll see y'all for tomorrow's live stream. Later.
Good. Later.